Have you ever thought about how different your life could look if you had an extra $10,000 sitting in your bank account just 1 year from today? For most people, that kind of money could wipe out debt, cover an emergency fund, or kickstart investing for the future. The challenge is that saving such a large amount often feels overwhelming. But here's the truth. If you break it down step by step, it becomes not only possible, but surprisingly achievable. Today, I'll walk you through exactly how to save $10,000 in 1 year, no matter where you're starting from. Number 1. Break the big goal into small, manageable targets. $10,000 might sound like a huge number, but when you divide it by 12 months, it becomes about $833 per month, or roughly $200 a week. That already feels more realistic. And if weekly still feels heavy, take it down to daily. It's about $27 a day. When you look at it this way, the challenge becomes less intimidating. The human brain works better with smaller goals. Instead of thinking, how do I find $10,000? You're simply asking, how can I save $27 today? And that's a problem you can actually solve. Number 2, track every dollar coming in and going out. Most people think they know where their money goes, but until you actually track it, you'll be surprised at how much disappears on things you don't even notice. Download a free budgeting app, use a spreadsheet, or even just write it down on paper. Key point is to see, with complete honesty, where your money is going. You might discover that coffee runs, food delivery, or unused subscriptions are eating hundreds of dollars every month. Remember, you can't change what you don't measure. Tracking your money is the foundation because once you see where it's leaking away, you'll know exactly where to cut without guessing. Number 3, cut out unnecessary spending ruthlessly. Now that you've tracked your expenses, it's time to trim the fat. This doesn't mean you have to live miserably for a year, but it does mean making intentional choices. Start by canceling subscriptions you barely use. Maybe that streaming service you watch once a month, or that gym membership you haven't touched in ages. Next, tackle dining out. Eating at restaurants or ordering food delivery often costs 3 to 4 times more than cooking at home. Even cutting this in half can save you hundreds of dollars monthly. Also, look at your shopping habits. Ask yourself before every purchase, do I really need this, or am I just buying it for comfort or convenience? Every dollar you don't spend unnecessarily brings you closer to that $10,000 goal. Number 4, automate your savings. It's the easiest way to fail at saving is to rely on willpower alone. If you wait until the end of the month to see what's left, there will rarely be anything left. Instead, pay yourself first. Set up automatic transfers to a separate savings account the moment you get paid. If you're aiming for $10,000 in a year, you need about $833 a month. If that's too much to start, set up what you can and gradually increase it. The power of automation is that it makes saving effortless. You don't have to think about it, okay? And you, Dan T, have to resist temptation because the money is already gone from your checking account before you can spend it. Number 5, slash your biggest expenses. Small savings matter, but the fastest way to save big money is by addressing the largest categories: housing, transportation, and food. Housing is usually the biggest expense. Can you get a roommate? Move to a slightly cheaper place? Even a few $100s less in rent each month adds up to thousands in a year. Transportation is another area. If you're driving a car with a hefty loan, consider selling it and buying something more affordable. Or cut down on ride shares and start using public transportation. For food, meal prepping is a game changer. Buying groceries in bulk and cooking at home can cut your food bill by half compared to eating out regularly. By making smarter decisions in these big categories, you can save thousands without micromanaging every single coffee purchase. Number 6, increase your income. Cutting expenses has a limit, but your earning potential doesn't. If you really want to hit $10,000 in a year, finding ways to boost your income can make the difference between struggling and succeeding. Can you pick up extra hours at work? Ask for overtime or a raise. Start a side hustle like freelancing, tutoring, driving for rideshare apps, or selling products online. Even an extra $200 a week from a side hustle adds up to over $10,000 in a year on its own. The key is to combine this extra income with your savings plan instead of inflating your lifestyle. Treat all extra earnings as savings-only money and watch how quickly your account grows. Number 7. Avoid high-interest debt. Debt is like a hole in the bottom of your savings bucket. If you're paying 20% interest on a credit card, it doesn't matter how hard you save, your progress will be drained away. To save $10,000 in a year, you need to avoid adding new debt at all costs. That means planning ahead for emergencies so you don't rely on credit cards. And if you already have high interest balances, create a payoff strategy while still working toward your savings goal. Think of it this way: every dollar you don't pay in interest is another dollar that stays in your pocket. Number 8. Keep your money out of sight and hard to reach. The money you're saving shouldn't be sitting in the same account you use for daily spending. That makes it too tempting to dip into when you feel short. Instead, open a separate high-yield savings account with a bank you don't use for everyday transactions. Ideally, one with no easy debit card access. The harder it is to touch your savings, the more likely it is to grow. And in a high-yield account, your money earns a little extra interest along the way, which helps you reach your goal faster. Number 9. Celebrate small milestones to stay motivated. Saving $10,000 isn't just about numbers, it's about consistency. And consistency can be hard when the goal feels far away. That's why it's important to celebrate milestones along the way. Maybe every time you hit 2,000, you allow yourself a small treat within reason. These little rewards keep you motivated without derailing your progress. Remember, saving money isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Keeping your energy up is the only way to make it to the finish line. Number 10. Surround yourself with the right influences. It's hard to stay disciplined when the people around you are always spending. If your friends constantly pressure you to go out or splurge on things you can't afford, it's going to be a battle every time. Instead, surround yourself with people who understand your goals, or at least set boundaries. You can even join online communities of people saving money or paying off debt for encouragement. The environment you place yourself in can make or break your success. Number 11. Use challenges to speed up your savings. Sometimes saving money feels boring or too rigid, which makes it easy to fall off track. A fun way to stay engaged is to turn saving into a challenge. For example, try a no-spend month where you only pay for absolute essentials like rent, groceries, and bills. Or attempt a 52-week challenge where you save $1 the first week, $2 the second week, and so on until you've saved over $1,300 by the end of the year. You can also challenge yourself to match any unplanned spending with an equal amount saved. If you feel like buying a $50 item online, put $50 into your savings account instead. These little games keep the process exciting and help you reach your goal faster. Number 12. Redirect windfalls straight to savings. Throughout the year, you're likely to receive unexpected money. It could be a tax refund, a work bonus, a birthday gift, or even selling something you no longer need. Most people see these windfalls as fun money and spend them right away. But if you're serious about saving $10,000 in a year, the smarter move is to funnel every windfall directly into your savings account. Imagine getting a $2,000 tax refund. That's already 20% of your goal in one move. By treating unexpected money as a fast track towards your target, you'll reach your $10,000 far quicker than relying only on your regular budget. Number 13. Track your progress visually. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to see your progress building over time. Create a chart, a thermometer tracker, or even a simple spreadsheet where you can watch the numbers climb. You can break your $10,000 goal into blocks of 500 or 1,000 and color them in as you go. Having a visual reminder of how far you've come makes the process more tangible and rewarding. Every time you fill in another block, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment that pushes you to keep going until the chart is completely filled. Number 14. Cut financial leaks you don't even notice. Some expenses are so small and automatic that they barely register, but over time, they add up to thousands. Things like unused gym memberships, free trials that turned into monthly charges, or premium apps you never use. Even energy waste at home can increase your bills unnecessarily. Take an afternoon to audit your accounts. Check your bank and credit card statements line by line. Cancel anything that doesn't provide real value. Redirect those small amounts into your savings account. You'll be surprised at how much extra money shows up once you stop letting it leak away silently. Number 15. Build an emergency buffer alongside your savings. One of the biggest threats to your $10,000 goal is unexpected expenses. If you don't have even a small emergency fund, one car repair or medical bill can force you to dip into your savings and wipe out months of progress. That's why it's wise to build at least a mini buffer of $500 to $1,000 strictly for emergencies, separate from your $10,000 goal. That way, when life throws a curveball, you can handle it without sabotaging your progress. This is like giving yourself insurance against setbacks. Number 16. Avoid temptation by controlling your environment. Think about how often money slips away because of impulse purchases. You see something online or you walk into a store without a plan, and suddenly you've spent money you never intended to. To fight this, control your environment. Unsubscribe from store emails that tempt you with sales. Delete shopping apps from your phone. Leave your credit card at home when you go out if you don't need it. By making it harder to spend impulsively, you make it easier to save consistently. Saving money isn't just about discipline, it's also about designing your environment to support your goals. Number 17. Treat saving like a bill you must pay. Think about how you never forget to pay rent, utilities, or your phone bill. You treat those as non-negotiable because you know there are consequences if you skip them. Saving needs to be the same. Instead of thinking, "I'll save if I have extra," flip the mindset. Saving is now one of your bills. The consequence of not paying it is missing your $10,000 goal. Once you view saving as a fixed, mandatory expense, it becomes part of your routine instead of something optional. That mental shift can completely change your consistency. Number 18. Stay patient and consistent. It's easy to get discouraged if progress feels slow, especially in the first few months when the number in your account doesn't seem impressive yet. But remember, saving $10,000 is a marathon. In the beginning, it's about building habits. The real momentum comes later as your savings snowball and the number starts looking more significant. Consistency is far more important than speed. Even if you fall short 1 month, don't quit, adjust, and keep going. 12 months will pass whether you stick to the plan or not. So imagine the difference if you actually follow through. Saving $10,000 in a year isn't just about the money itself. It's about proving to yourself that you can set a big goal, create a plan, and stick to it. The discipline you build in the process will serve you for the rest of your financial life. Whether you use the money to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, or start investing, hitting this goal will change your relationship with money forever. If you found this guide helpful and you're ready to take control of your finances, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. By subscribing, you'll get more practical strategies like this to save smarter, build wealth, and create the financial freedom you deserve. Don't let another year slip by. Start today, commit to your goal, and a year from now, you could be looking at $10,000 sitting safely in your account.